Hey there guys, what is going on today? We are taking a look at the Season 4 patch notes. These did drop this morning, so woken up nice and early to try and take a look at these patch notes and go into the nitty gritty of what the Season 4 patch is all about. Now, if you did miss it, we did cover all the details in the Season 4 patch, what is coming, what new weapons we're getting, what new maps we're getting. We're going to go over a little bit again today, but if you are looking for that information, make sure you do go check out yesterday's video. The link will be on the screen right now, of course in the top right and in the description as well. But as I said, this is going to be going over the patch notes here, taking a look at the nitty gritty, what is changing, what is not changing, weapon balancing, and taking a look at these things in a little bit more detail than we did yesterday with more specific stuff. Just before we do get into it here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it. It really does help me out. Of course, we are looking for about 140 subscribers for 5,000, so if you could help me achieve that goal, that would be absolutely massive, and I would massively appreciate it. So again, let's talk about the patch notes here. Again, this is the Season 4 patch notes, and we have to scroll all the way down past this stuff. This is basically all the stuff that we covered yesterday. What is coming out? So we can go into like the battle pass. We're getting the MG82 and the C58 assault rifle. This is a slow firing one. This is a fast firing LMG. Again, there are 5 total weapons available through the season, including a nail gun as well, which is going to be unlockable with a challenge. Again, there are new different features and stuff. We'll talk about it more in a sec in the specific details. The multiplayer stuff, we're getting new maps, of course, in Collateral and Hijacked. And then in the middle of the season, we're also getting Rush, which is very, very exciting. New game modes, new 2v2/3v3 game mode in Amsterdam, or map rather, which is very, very cool. New Scorestreak. And for the most part, the rest of this is going to be covered in a second here. We have to scroll all the way past all this stuff to get to the detailed patch notes. But again, take a look at these photos. Is actually quite cool. That has a wheel on it. So that's a hot rod. That's kind of cool. That's really sweet. That gun has a wheel. I don't know what to make of that. Moving on. Basically what we get here, scroll all the way down, take a look at some of these images. The zoom map in the aquarium, that's very, very cool. So that's going to be interesting for the zombie stuff. I think that's the Outbreak Zombies map with all the aquarium and the zoo and stuff like that. Moving through again, nice zoo aesthetic here. We're getting the Mauer de Toten in the middle of the season as well. This is the new Zombies map, so if you are a big Zombies fan, keep an eye out for this one. This is going to be in July, I think they said. Moving forward. Again, we are getting assault rifle weapon tuning. They are pretty happy with the way the assault rifles at the moment are balanced. I'm not particularly happy with some of the weapons, like the FFAR1 and, of course, the QBZ. I haven't read these balance changes yet, so hopefully they do make some changes to that, but we'll have to wait and see here. Scrolling past, and we have the actual patch notes. So starting us off here, we are getting the global event, which is the ground fall thing, which is the satellite falling through the sky. Basically, that is going to be on Collateral and Verdansk if you are playing Warzone. So keep an eye out for the satellite around in Verdansk if you are playing that, as well as, of course, in the Collateral map, which is the new map being added in Season 4. Again, this is the timed event. You're going to get some little unlocks and stuff. The name's really dumb. I don't like the name Groundfall, but it is what it is. Of course, we're getting a new battle pass with 100 tiers of lovely, lovely things. Getting a new operator in Jackal at the start of the season. That's the guy with the eyes, the mask thing, and the real spooky looking eyes. Of course, again, we are getting the MG82, which is a fast-firing LMG. The C58 assault rifle is 31 tier, and the MG82 is tier 15. The nail gun as well, the new nail gun special weapon available via in-game challenge in multiplayer or zombies, or via unique blueprint in the store. Again, we are going to be making videos on all of these weapons coming up very, very soon, including how to unlock the nail gun, best class settings for all these weapons, so just keep an eye out for those. Again, there are unlocked challenges for the PPSH41 and the Swiss K31 now. Instead of just being able to unlock them in the battle pass, you can do challenges to unlock these. The next thing we've got is the weapon tuning, and this seems like a fairly limited patch notes here. There's not really super lots to go over, but again, the weapon tuning is very, very important. This is one of my favorite parts of most of these patch notes. If they got weapon tuning, it's a good patch. Again, we are looking at most of the assault rifles here, including a lot of the muzzle attachments. So the XM4 starting us off here. We've reduced the range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15% to 11%. That's a nice little boost there. It means you can more likely run a suppressor on this thing. And reduce the range penalty on the agency suppressor from 33 to 22. That's, again, a little nice boost here. Typically, the suppressor attachments do reduce bullet velocity quite significantly, as well as damage range. So just keep that in mind here. This is going to be slightly more usable. Now, we do have the AK-47 here. This is the best gun in the game at the moment, in my opinion. We have reduced the range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15 to 13%. Now, that actually makes the AK-47 even better than it was previously, and we are going to be making a video very, very soon on the best AK-47 class setup, which did get even better with this most recent patch. And they have increased the range penalty on the GRU suppressor muzzle attachment from 25% to 27%, so that's a little nerf there to the GRU suppressor, but we use the suppressor anyway on most of our class setups, so that is an absolute fantastic win here for the AK-47. Really didn't need that, but it is what it is. The QBZ-83, this is a weapon that I do feel needs to get a little bit of love here. It's not one of the worst weapons in the game, but it definitely isn't, like, fantastic. It's not standout. It doesn't really do anything spectacularly. And we actually have an increased range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15% to 17%. So it's a little lame. We are getting a little bit of a nerf here. But again, just a specific attachment. It's not too significant. It doesn't really change the way the gun plays for the most part. The FFAR1 reduced the range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15% to 10%. That's actually a fairly significant buff here, meaning you can more likely run a suppressor on this thing, meaning it doesn't actually appear on the minimap when you are firing, and reduce the range penalty on the agency suppressor muzzle attachment from 33% to 20%. So again, that's a nice little boost here as well. I still don't think the FFAR1 is going to be actually any good in terms of actually like a meta gun, but again, probably needs some love, but not here. Again, the Krieg 6, the range penalty reduction on the agency suppressor has gone from 30% to 25%. So that's a nice little boost there if you are planning on using the agency suppressor on the Krieg 6. The Groza, the increased range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15 to 17. Again, these are very, very similar changes, like little up, little down either way. And again, they've decided to make the Groza a little worse with the suppressor attachments. Again, that's one of those things, it's not really super relevant. And the Fire 83, the reduced range penalty on the GRU suppressor has gone from 33 to 32. That literally makes no difference at all. That is not a big enough difference to actually probably warrant putting it in the patch notes or even bothering to do that. That's really strange. And they have increased the range penalty on the suppressor muzzle attachment from 15% to 20%. Basically, all I read from this is in terms of the assault rifles, the AK-47 is still going to be the best gun in the game. And again, we're going to be making a class setup featuring that very, very soon because the AK-47 did just get a little bit better here. Moving on here, we have new features. Now, gifting. A very cool feature in the new Battle Pass is, of course, you can actually gift it now. So players can now gift the Battle Pass bundles, and store bundles to friends in Black Ops Cold War. So if you do want to send a Battle Pass bundle or whatever my way, let me know, leave a comment. Or if you want to see me go the other way, we might do a giveaway or something like that. Let me know if you do want me to do something like that as well. And we can maybe sort something out. And get a 60-minute double XP Battle Pass token for sending your first gift between June 17 and June 30th. So if you really do want to send a gift to somebody, now is a very, very good time to do it when the patch does drop because you're going to be able to get a little bit of a boost to your tier XP. Two-factor authentication is required to use the gifting system, so you will have to have an authenticator on your account. So just keep that in mind if you do want to do this. You'll need to follow some extra steps first. Free bundles, franchise store bundles, and limited time bundles cannot be gifted. So again, keep that in mind here. If there are limited time stuff, you're not going to be able to gift it, as well as those franchise bundles, including a lot of the COD League stuff. Challenge tracker. Progress towards active daily challenge can now be viewed in-game via the options menu. That is quite nice here. You can actually see what challenges you're after in the daily stuff. That's quite nice. Little boost here, being able to sort of see what you're after is always a nice little quality of life change. Progression, reduce the amount of XP needed to progress through season levels in Black Ops, Cold War, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. That is a little confusing. If you're reading that on first glance, you might think that's the Battle Pass, but to my knowledge, that's literally just the ranks that you go up. They would probably specify if they made the Battle Pass a little easier to go through. So it's probably just going to end up being, you're going to get a higher rank by the end of the season if you do end up playing a lot. So you can get different prestige tokens and other things like that. New prestige keys, battle pass, tier skips, and so on. So keep that in mind here. It's probably going to be a little easier to level up in the new patch. Again, prestige rewards, they are adding 4 new prestige levels, 16 to 19. I don't even think we're anywhere near that. But again, if you are into this stuff, like level 50, level 100, level 150, you're going to get new stuff, which is already cool. Level 190 does see you get all new season challenges, which is really, really cool, getting you more experience, more levels, and so on. Something interesting to keep you interested in the game. Prestige shop, that's a tough word to say. Additional legacy calling cards from previous Black Ops titles. Man, that's a difficult sentence. These are now available in the Prestige shop, including the animated bacon calling card from Black Ops 2. That was one of my favorite ones. I do actually remember that. It like sizzled, which was really, really cool. Once they do reach season level 100, that's going to be available for pretty much everyone. Music player, we do have a couple of new tracks here. We got Damn 4, Reflections, Alistair's Theme, and Inferno. Again, nice, always good to have some new tunes in the game. And the main lobby, the updated main lobby theming for Season 4, that's pretty standard. That's just changing over the way the theme looks. And it's going to look pretty cool, I imagine, with the satellite being in the background of the new... What's that map called? What's the map called? What's the map called? Collateral. It's going to look pretty cool, I think. Then the multiplayer stuff, we do have the Collateral 12v12. New map being added to multiplayer in 12v12 game modes. That is, of course, the Combined Arms stuff. Collateral Strike is going to be very, very cool. A smaller version of this larger scale map is always good. Hijacked 6v6. We love Hijacked. Classic Black Ops 2 map added to multiplayer in 6v6, and there is a Hijacked 24/7 featured playlist during the launch week, so keep an eye out for that. If you love Hijacked, which most people do, you're going to be in this playlist all day. Then the Amsterdam 2v2 and 3v3 stuff, that's pretty standard. Again, keep an eye out for the Face-Off 6v6 playlist if we do see that again later on in the season, because Amsterdam is very likely to feature. And Standoff, updated hardpoint spawns for P2 and P4 spawns. So just a little change to some of the spawns on hardpoint on Standoff. Getting a new game mode in One in the Chamber in regular multiplayer. Basically, this gives you one bullet in your gun. If you get a kill, you're going to get more bullets. That's very, very simple, very, very fun game mode. And you can choose between the 1911, the Magnum, and the hand cannon. Very cool. Again, we are getting a new score streak here for 2800 score, which is it's a mid to high tier score streak. The hand cannon is quite powerful in that regard. You're going to be able to blow people up. You're going to be able to blow up score streaks, which is always cool. Season challenges, again, you're going to have extra stuff to do with different levels and so on. There's not really interesting stuff in these usually, but they just sort of change up the gameplay just a little bit, giving you extra experience and so on. Again, the featured playlist, Hijacked 24/7, multi-team sat link, again, not super interested in that. Party games now includes One in the Chamber, face-off 6v6. This is what I was talking about. I love the face-off playlist, and that is now going to include Amsterdam. Cranked Hardpoint, which is basically the old, in the 80s patch, there was that Die Hardpoint. That's that. 12v12 Mosh Pit, again, now includes 12v12 Cranked Hardpoint, so that's going to be interesting. Nuke 10 24/7, of course, you got to have that. Gunfight blueprints, and of course, the multi-team elimination. And for the most part, that is literally everything that we do have here in these patch notes. It is interesting that they've not decided to do any of the weapon balancing. Usually, they sort of save that for like a mid-season update or something like that to keep the game fresh. Maybe make some balance changes after they do see how these new weapons do perform. It's kind of a little weird to have some significant weapon changes at the start of the season when you want people to use your new stuff. So that's probably a good idea for them. We will likely see some weapon tuning balances and stuff like that in the middle of the season, and we'll go from there. But again, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it. Of course, the update is going live very, very soon. I believe it is tomorrow. Season 4 launches at 9 p.m. Pacific time, June 16th, 12 a.m. Eastern time on June the 17th. I have no idea what time that is my time. Usually it's about 5 p.m. 5 p.m.-ish, and hopefully we'll be able to have a video live by then. So again, thank you very much for watching. I do massively appreciate it. Of course, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it, and it really does help me out. We are looking for about 140 subscribers for 5,000. So again, if you could help me out, that'd be massive, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!